On TV2 News, Kent campus residence halls prepare for the Halloween weekend. Stricter measures are in place as the county heads into the holiday at level 3 red.
And Kent State received a C+ rating on its coronavirus dashboard, how it could improve, and what the university is saying straight ahead.
With Election Day nearing, Vice President nominee Kamala Harris visited Cleveland over the weekend. We've got the details on what was discussed.
With people's lives essentially lived through the internet, cybersecurity is a big issue. Are you safe? Our tips for you. TV2 News at 6 starts right now.
This is TV2 News.
Hello everyone, and thanks for being with us on this gloomy Monday evening. I'm Nadine Battah.
And I'm Ben Pagani. Today we start with the controlling of the spread of COVID-19 on campus over Halloween weekend.
As Halloween weekend approaches, health officials and safety officials continue to promote the safest ways to celebrate Halloween this year.
We've seen that downtown Kent will be suspending the designated outdoor refreshment area on Halloween, but how are residence halls preparing to stop partying?
Our reporter Grace Hare spoke with Kent Interhall Council to see what steps the university is taking to ensure a safe Halloween.
With Halloween coming up this Saturday, many Kent State residence halls have been preparing students on how to stay safe for the holiday to come.
I'm Alice Vermate. I'm the Executive Director for Kent Interhall Council. So that is the general body for on-campus residents. We've been working throughout the summer just making sure that our residents are safe during this global pandemic. One of the things we have implemented is not allowing guests off-campus residents to visit the residence halls. That's just for the safety of our students, and that was implemented once we entered a level 3. And I believe we are still currently in that level. It plans to be that way for this weekend as well.
Kent State residence halls encourage students to keep themselves safe and others around them this weekend by wearing their masks and following the Flash Safe 7 rules.
Our residence assistants, RAs, will be documenting students if they don't comply with those, or if there's a guest that's off campus that ends up in the residence halls, those kids will be documented for that. Engagement councils are the RECs that we work with. They have made programs throughout the month of October just to get students out of their dorms, but also to distract them from like the parties that are going on.
For more resources about how to stay safe during this Halloween weekend, please visit kent.edu/coronavirus. I'm Grace Hare, reporting for TV2 News.
And moving on to downtown Kent, the city is definitely going to be much quieter this year than previous years before. Local bars and restaurants have said reduced capacity limits are a large part of the reason behind loss of profits. Water Street Tavern owner Mike Battah said he would be shocked if the location is capable of making 20% of what they did this time last year during the holiday.
That's right, and since there is no official downtown Kent Halloween event this year, city health officials are counting on businesses to strictly enforce and continue to follow guidelines set by the city, county, and state.
Kent State University received a C+ rating on a website that rates the COVID-19 dashboards of colleges across the country. Yale University professor Carrie Gross, who runs the website, says that a C+ rating demonstrates the barely minimal effort to convey information about COVID. Gross says at the very least, the university needs to be reporting on testing frequency, testing outcome, and how many kids are in quarantine. Interim Associate Provost for Academic Affairs Manfred Van Dolman says the university is working to improve the dashboard with IT.
Usually the weekend is a time when coronavirus cases hit their lowest of the week due to less testing, but on Saturday, Ohio recorded a new record for positive cases in a single day. The day alone saw an additional 2,800 positive cases. Meanwhile, Ohio coronavirus cases continue to spike statewide in the last week, and the total number of cases is nearly 190,000.
Hey guys, it's your weather anchor, Odin Amador-Gorby. I hope you're staying warm and dry. That's something that's very hard to do with these current conditions in Kent right now. Currently in Kent, it is 58 degrees with cloudy skies. It's been very dreary out there, unfortunately, with dew points at 45 and humidity at 91%. That's probably why you've been experiencing some showers here and there, but nothing too crazy. As we look across Ohio right now, it is definitely starting to warm up a little bit, but it's going to start to go down as we head toward your nighttime. 60 in Mansfield, 58 in Kent, 58 in Cleveland, and 59 in Sandusky. But it's going to get colder tonight as we go through. But okay, here's our local radar right here. Right now, it's been pretty clear. Little spots, little sprinkles popping up throughout the day. However, towards northwest Ohio, they're doing some showers. But tonight will be interesting because that's where we're going to be dealing with a whole ton of showers that are going to be coming through all throughout the evening tonight. And here's your hourly forecast right now. So towards your 7 o'clock, we will continue to be dry at 47 degrees. But towards midnight is when those showers that I've shown you earlier will be coming through. But then we will be clearing out towards your 5 a.m. That's all I have for now, but ahead we'll talk about Tropical Storm Zelda and how the low pressure system may bring some heavy rain from the Gulf Coast to Ohio. Nadine?
Thanks, Odin. This past month, Kent State educated students on how to keep their information safe online. Our own Chris Abreu found all the tips you will need.
October is Cybersecurity Month, and Kent State Student Accessibility Services, alongside the Information Security Team, planned events throughout the month to educate students on how to protect their information. I spoke with the Senior Manager of Information Technology, Matthew Pauls, about the importance of maintaining security with internet information. Students shouldn't only be concerned about their computers and phones, but other devices as well.
A lot of people wear one of these nowadays, a smartwatch, and I track all my fitness activities on here. And what I like to always say is, if it's free, the information is what you're paying for. So because it's tracking your information and putting it somewhere, well, what is someone doing with that information?
It's important to make sure that your password is strong. The IST team recommends using a unique and individualized technique called passphrasing. The university offers multi-factor authentication for logins on sites like Flashline, but you should look to add two-factor authentication into other sites with protected information.
Passphrasing is a technique around passwords that is basically a sentence that only you would be able to discern. For something like Facebook or social media sites and things like that, they all offer services like multi-factor authentication. I recommend turning it on for everyone.
For more information about further events for the rest of October, you can check out their website. Reporting for TV2 News, I'm Chris Abreu.
And when we come back, for an extra push to flip Ohio, Vice President-elect Kamala Harris came to Cleveland over the weekend to speak with voters.
With the clock counting down until Election Day, we'll show you what President Donald Trump was doing on a visit to Ohio this weekend.
And find out who Congressman Dave Joyce of the 14th District will be facing against in the general election. TV2 News will be back in 90 seconds.
Election Day is just around the corner, and TV2 will have the latest on the issues that affect you right here in Portage County.
We'll have reporters live throughout the region getting the answers and results you need to know.
The only local station that is truly Portage County. TV2 is your election coverage home.
Join us on Election Night, November 3rd, starting at 8:30 Eastern Time.
When I was growing up, my mom was extremely tidy. We were trained to put things back where we got them from. One day, when I walked into my mom's house, I felt like I walked to someone else's house. There was stuff everywhere, and just growing up the way I grew up and to see this transition was very alarming.
When Sean talked to me, it was a wake-up call, and that's when I went to the doctor.
I want to eat apples and bananas. I need to eat apples and bananas. Why can't I eat apples and bananas?
Support the Feeding America nationwide network of food banks to help provide meals to those in need. Join us at feedingamerica.org.
Thanks to funding from the Criminal Justice Coordinating Center of Excellence at NeoMed, the Mental Health and Recovery Board of Portage County will be able to enhance and expand the Crisis Intervention Team for Police. The $40,000 subaward is funded by the Department of Ohio Mental Health and Addiction Services to support CIT programming across the state. The program encourages police officers to work with behavioral health partners to redirect individuals away from the criminal justice system when appropriate.
Republican Congressman Dave Joyce of the 14th District is facing a political newcomer in next week's general election. Joyce was elected to the U.S. House of Representatives in 2012, but now faces Democrat Hillary O'Connor Mweri, an attorney and naval flight officer who is seeking elected office for the first time. Mweri flew 12 missions in Iraq and received a degree from the San Diego School of Law.
On November 3rd, Portage County voters will consider two separate races for Portage County Commissioner seats. Kathleen Clyde, a Democrat from Kent who was appointed to the seat, will be challenged by Tony Badalamenti of Aurora, a Republican who ran for the seat in 2018. Sabrina Christian Bennett, a Republican incumbent from Rootstown, will be challenged by John Kennedy, a Democrat also from Aurora. The candidates are focused on issues like COVID-19 recovery, the opioid epidemic, and other issues.
I love Ohio, and I've spent a lot of time here in business over the years. Ohio, listen, first of all, Ohio is going to help determine the outcome of this election. There's no question. But also, you look at the challenges that Ohioans are facing. Again, when we look at the highest number, we've had the highest number in Ohio of hospitalizations since the beginning of the pandemic. Ohio has been very hard hit. Joe Biden and I have a plan. That's about what we need to do around testing, contact tracing, getting the vaccine when, God willing, we have one, to people and getting it to them where they need it and for free.
Democratic Vice Presidential nominee Kamala Harris was in Cleveland this weekend to encourage citizens in the city and all of Ohio to vote. Harris stopped at Cuyahoga Community College discussing other topics as well, like the economy and civil rights. The appearance was a part of her running mate Joe Biden's tough push to flip Ohio in the presidential election.
COVID. If a plane goes down with 500 people, they don't talk about it. All they talk because they're trying to scare everybody. You have to lead your life, and you have to get out. You have to be vigilant, be careful. Socially distance. If you get too close, put the mask on, put it on.
This past Saturday, President Donald Trump rallied a crowd of thousands in Ohio at the Pickaway County Fairgrounds. The president promised to protect hydrofracking and the Second Amendment while discussing the difference between himself and his opponent, former Vice President Joe Biden. The president's landing in Ohio occurred on the same day the Ohio Department of Health reported a fourth straight record day of reported coronavirus cases.
You use the word cases. You know why there's so many cases? Because we test. Because we test more than any country in the world. Nobody tests like us. Cases. Everybody uses the word cases. Mortality, way down, way down. And a lot of those cases that you're talking about are young people, very young people, that get better 99.9. They get better almost immediately. Now, use the word case because you're trying to scare people. Don't scare people. Don't scare people.
You heard the president reiterate it there, but the United States has tested for COVID-19 more times than any other country in the world. But a quick fact check shows that this does not mean a higher positivity rate. The USA Today has reported that more coronavirus tests catches unknown cases, usually in asymptomatic patients, and that the positivity rate remains consistent to the amount of people being tested.
With only 8 days away from election night, more signs are starting to show just how important Ohio is to both presidential candidates. Donald Trump Jr. made a stop in Youngstown earlier this afternoon at the Blue Wolf events at the Marionite Center. After speaking in Youngstown, Trump Jr. headed west and spoke at the Nagel Companies at the Toledo Executive Airport in Walbridge. Trump Jr.'s visits to Ohio come on the heels of his father's campaign stop in Circleville this past Saturday.
Yesterday, Senate Republicans ended a Democratic filibuster on a vote to confirm Amy Coney Barrett to the Supreme Court with a planned vote for tonight at 7:30. Reporter Britt Conway has the full break.
setting the stage for confirmation.
The Senate is doing the right thing. We're moving this nomination forward, and colleagues, by tomorrow night, we'll have a new member of the United States Supreme Court.
In a rare weekend session to debate the nomination of President Trump's Supreme Court pick, Amy Coney Barrett, the Senate voted largely along party lines on Sunday to end debate and move forward.
On this vote, the yeas are 51, the nays are 48. The motion is agreed to.
It only took a simple majority to break the Democratic filibuster, clearing the path for Judge Barrett to become the next Associate Supreme Court Justice. For weeks, Democrats have called on Senate Republicans to postpone the confirmation until after the election.
Nearly every Republican in this chamber, led by the Majority Leader, 4 years ago refused to even consider the Supreme Court nomination of a Democratic president. My colleagues, there is no escaping this glaring hypocrisy.
Majority Leader Mitch McConnell says Barrett is a highly qualified candidate, and Democrats are only focused on politics.
Yeah, they want to make apocalyptic predictions about policy.
The Senate will reconvene Monday to hold the final vote to confirm, just 8 days before the election. I'm Britt Conway reporting.
Be sure to tune in to TV2's election show next Tuesday for all you need to know locally. The only station that is truly Portage County, TV2 News is your home for all the election needs. We'll be live November 3rd starting at 8:30 p.m.
Guys, welcome back to your TV2 Weather Report. I'm Odin Amador-Gorby. Right now, here's your top weather headlines for this Monday. Gloomy, cold day out there across Ohio today with a lot of sprinkles, very muggy, but not too bad. The second major story is that we will, unfortunately, fall temperatures are here to stay, folks, as we will continue to have 40s and 50s all throughout next week and the following week, unfortunately. So summer's over, guys. Anyway, and lastly, remnants of Zelda will potentially bring some really heavy rain and even cause some concerns for flooding towards the end of the week, and it will definitely bring some squally weather, I'm afraid to say. But anyway, across across all of Ohio, we are definitely dealing with temperatures that are in the 50s, but it's going to start plummeting as we get into the evening hours. Right now, 58 in Akron, 50 in Cincinnati, 59 in Lima. So as you can see, we still are feeling a little warm, but it's going to start to dive as we get into the evening hours. So let's talk about Zelda here. So here's a tropical storm, or actually about to be Hurricane Zelda, which is coming through the Caribbean, and it's going to be heading towards New Orleans, unfortunately, with an unfortunate rate. They've already dealt with a lot with hurricanes. But anyway, let's talk about the impact that could be happening here across Northeast Ohio. As we get into your Thursday and Friday, there is a possibility that this low pressure system can cause some nasty weather to come through all across Ohio, which will most likely just be heavy rain, but there is going to also be a potential for a cold front that might also bring rain too. So watch out for flooding. That is going to be a very big concern, and we'll be watching it very closely because the more northern it gets, the more likelihood for long period showers. So please be mindful of that. But yeah, if you have anyone you know in New Orleans, tell them that a hurricane's on their way, unfortunately. But anyway, back here at home for your tomorrow's forecast, fortunately we won't be dealing with any hurricanes now, but we will be dealing with mostly cloudy skies. It's going to be a very dreary day tomorrow. 44 at 6 a.m., noon at 47, and 6 p.m. 45 with clouds. Sorry, folks. It won't be sunshine and clouds tomorrow. It'll just be clouds, unfortunately. But your 7-day outlook, we will be doing some showers tomorrow for your Tuesday, and fortunately we'll probably dry out a little bit. We may even get some sun for your Wednesday with temperatures in the 50s, but then Thursday and Friday will be the days to watch as we will be watching that tropical system, low pressure system going through Zelda. We'll be watching that very closely. Watch out for flooding on your Thursday and Friday. Towards your Saturday and Sunday and Monday, fortunately, we'll be drying out, and hopefully that can help bring the rivers down a bit. So that's some good news right there. And we will be in the 50s all throughout the week. That's all I have for you today. Make sure you stay warm and dry. I'm Odin Amador-Gorby. Back to you guys at the desk.
NASA confirmed earlier today that there is some water on the moon. Where the water was found, what it could mean for the future, and how much was found when we return.
A dial.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Give kisses. Give kisses. You heard how loud
I heard. It wasn't you. Yeah. It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Most party fouls are pretty dumb. But if you decide to drink and drive underage, you could lose your license and your freedom. Underage drinking and driving. The ultimate party foul.
And now, your TV2 Sports Report.
Hello, one and all. Welcome to this remix of my Monday Sports Report. I'm Dante Centofanti. It's a victory Monday if you're a Browns fan, but it's also a somber Monday. Earlier today, Josina Anderson of ESPN reported that Browns superstar receiver Odell Beckham Jr. will be out for the season with a torn ACL injury in his left knee. After Baker Mayfield threw an interception that was intended for Beckham in yesterday's game at Paul Brown Stadium, Beckham went to tackle Bengals defender Darius Phillips, and his right knee was sandwiched in between Phillips and fullback Andy Janovich. Major support is going out to OBJ as another NFL superstar player has an unfortunate injury. His college teammate Jarvis Landry tweeted, quote, "My heart is hurt. I love you, brother." After the game, Kevin Stefanski said, "You never replace a player of Odell's caliber with one player. It's going to take multiple guys. That's the challenge we have, and I think our guys will be up to the challenge," end quote. After going 0 for 5 in the first quarter and throwing an interception, Baker Mayfield returned to his gunslinging ways. Mayfield completed a Browns franchise record 21 consecutive passes and 5 touchdowns. Kareem Hunt had a big touchdown catch, and Hollywood Higgins had a day that would make Odell Beckham proud with 6 receptions for 110 yards. But at the end, with 16 seconds to go, down by 3, Kevin Stefanski goes for the win and not the tie. And Baker Mayfield throws a beautiful pass to former Michigan wide receiver Donovan Peoples-Jones. The Browns are in action next Sunday against the Las Vegas Raiders. Kickoff is at 1 o'clock p.m. at First Energy Stadium. You can catch the game on Channel 19. Now let's head to the World Series. You got Corey Seager singling in the first play. Mookie Betts scores, and the Dodgers take a 1-0 lead. Then it's Jock Peterson. Hammers one to deep left center, and it's gone. Dodgers extend the lead to 3-0. Then Randy Orzania singles, and Yandy Diaz scores, and the Rays are within 1 at 3-2. Then the Rays are rolling the dice here as Manuel Margot is going to try and steal home, and he is out. Max Muncy on this next play absolutely crushes one deep into right, and that's way out of here. Dodgers go back on top by 2 at 4-2. Then last chance for the Rays, and Blake Turanian gets Willie Adams to swing and miss, and that's your ball game. Dodgers win 4-2 and are 1 win away from their first World Series title since 1988. That's all I have for this remote Monday sports report. Be sure to tune in tonight for a fresh new edition of Sports Corner with me and my partner, Austin Arnold. Nadine, Ben?
Awesome, Dante. Thank you. Halloween is this Saturday, and while people worldwide can't wait to get their hands on some candy, some cute animals got their paws on a Halloween treat a little early. We'll be right back.
Election day is just around the corner, and TV2 will have the latest on the issues that affect you right here in Portage County.
We'll have reporters live throughout the region getting the answers and results you need to know.
The only local station that is truly Portage County. TV2 is your election coverage home.
Join us on election night, November 3rd, starting at 8:30 Eastern Time.
It's a big responsibility.
Oh, it's huge. I know, it's huge.
And the salary.
Oh my god, yes. I mean,
Right?
like, I was about to move in with my parents, and right before, yeah, so this saved me.
I really believe in you, you know.
Thank you. It's nice to hear that from someone.
These are cool. Did you, what did
I'm heading out, man. You want to ride?
No, I got my car, but I actually really need to go to the bathroom.
Dude, are you okay?
I am definitely buzzed.
Yeah.
I think I will take this, and I will take that ride home.
October 26th officially marks National Pumpkin Day. While pumpkins are fun to decorate and carve for Halloween, pumpkins are also packed with nutrients including vitamin C, making it the perfect treat for the fall season. And in case any of our viewers at home were wondering, the Guinness World Record for the heaviest pumpkin is just over 2,600 pounds.
With Halloween coming up this weekend, everyone is out to get their favorite treat before the holiday, but these furry faces at the Brookfield Zoo in Illinois got their paws on some pumpkins a few days early. Don't you just love that? I know, I'm a fan. The zoo's 2 sloth bears, African lions, a snow leopard, and more got carved pumpkins, and some of the gourds were filled with fruit, bones, bugs, spices, or meat. Sounds tasty to me. Some of the animals got right to work eating the pumpkins, while others spent the time checking them out and playing with them.
And earlier today, NASA announced for the first time ever the confirmation of water below the surface of the moon that's exposed to the sun. The discovery was made using the agency's SOFIA telescope. Although the water is there, the amount is just a fraction of what you would find in the Sahara Desert. And that'll do it for tonight's edition of TV2 News. Thank you so much for being with us tonight.
For continuous updates and coverage about all things Kent State and Portage County, be sure to connect with us on social media at TV2KSU. I'm Ben Pagani.
And I'm Nadine Battah. We're here every weeknight at 6. We'll see you tomorrow.
Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck.
So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.